right, gang, here we are. We're live with Tim Ekstrom on the Royal Star. We are down on some bank somewhere fishing for something, and we'll just leave this in Tim, and we'll just kind of hang out in the background and watch what's going down, right?
Hey, yeah, I guess I should say good. We're out here on the grounds, and it's just a beautiful day. Absolutely incredible weather, and we made a move there last night. We had really good weather on the outside and had some really good opportunity. We ended up making a nice catch of bigger fish, but we had to battle a pretty determined population of sharks out there. So we slugged it out with those bastards for a day, and now we're back in here. And guys, you can see what's going on right now. It's actually really good fishing right now on this school-sized fish. I'd call it like 15 to 40-pound fish right now. See a little bit of action right there. Just sling one over. There's Captain Brian Sims. Got another one coming up in the corner. You guys getting this?
Yes.
Oh, there's a nice one right there. Let's see it come over. Nice. There we go. Very nice. Yeah, boys are hopping here this morning. This is great. Oh, there's another one right here. Just about to gaff it. Oh, nice fish too. Vamos, animal. There you go. Atta boy.
Oh,
you're live right now.
He can do it.
That's great. This has got everybody high. This got everybody in high spirits. There was some, I mean, after we had some cool success stories there yesterday. You see them all duded up for the sun, man. It's baking out here, but we had some good success stories yesterday. But there was some agony of defeat too, man. There were some really epic battles that ended up with a great big ball of sharks and dishing up a severed head. So this is a little more rewarding for these guys. They're hooking them and catching them now.
And the weather is just butter, right?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, there's actually just enough breeze. I mean, it's hotter than Hades and humid, but just enough breeze to keep things nice. We got that. There's a storm coming up from down below. The one that's you're gonna get it first. It's gonna be about 175 miles south of us tomorrow. We're gonna beat feet to the north. We don't typically let those things get within about 24 hours of us, no matter what. That's our rule of thumb before we start making tracks to the north. But this one looks like it's going to give us plenty of elbow room. We're going to be able to get the day in here and maybe even part of tomorrow if we choose to before we start working back up.
Oh, yeah. There is a lot of rain coming here right now. It's starting to rain here pretty good right this second. I'm looking out the window here. It's not blowing, but it's raining.
Yeah. It looks like you guys are going to be on the backside of the wind. Oh, look at that. Hang on a second. I don't know if you can see. He's got the popper going here. I don't know if you guys got that in focus. Come on, we need another bite. Just got waves of these. Oh, they're on it. There's waves of these like I'd call them 20-pound fish average that have been going through here. They go through, everybody on the boat hooks one, and then we have a little bit of a dry spell, then they swim through again. And I see plenty of it around here, so I get the feeling that we're going to have a really satisfying day of fishing.
Absolutely. This is pretty spectacular to see this live fishing.
Yeah, and honestly, it's kind of it's difficult to not have a good time. You're catching some fish in this kind of weather. There's our good friend Alan Benazzi on the corner right there. It's a small one. We're going to let that go. Been doing quite a bit of releasing here too. There's I'd call it a pretty fair amount of 12, 15 pounders in the mix. We just let those ones go. Brian's going to let it go right. Captain Brian, it's a pretty hardy one. Like a 12 pounder, which we got plenty of fishing time and no reason to keep that thing. Let it go we'll get them next year.
And what do you think of this fish going to get pushed up a little bit? Do you think that we got a chance for some yellowfin here in San Diego this year, or is it looking like we're running out of time?
Dave, I gotta tell you, it's feeling like time is what's really it's rather surprising to me this year is this lack of fish in the ocean. Let's say, from Ensenadas. Oh, look at this. A lot of fish on the popper again coming in. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, that's hot. Look at those things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're all over it.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that? It's a double. Oh, a triple. There we go. That away, boys.
That's the way to do it live.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's good fishing back here in the stern too. These guys, look at fish going wild right there. Pretty much all you got to do is throw a bait out and you get a bite right now. So I was saying they come through in waves. You get a little dry spell, but all of a sudden everybody has one on again. See fish jumping all over the place here. It's a bit disconcerting at this time of year to see virtually nothing in that stretch from Benitez Island to like Ensenada. Man, you just don't see that much fish in there. It's crazy, absolutely. But there, the good news is for us right now, there's no shortage of fish down here, and there's really no shortage of bluefin up above. It's just a matter of whether the bastards bite or not. We all know that story. They've been giving guys fits up there to the north, but again, you got a snagged small one coming in right there. Snagged him. I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. But going back, I said the good news for us is there's been, a really, really good bunch of fish available down here on these lower banks. Fishing when you get on a trip over, say, like 4 days, it's been just spectacular down below. But this is odd. It's a different kind of year. I would have, and the amount of fish that's been available down below here, you would have thought a month ago, longer, that it would have been up there above Benitez and on its way into the local zone because, the water's good up there. There's plenty of bait. There really isn't any discernible reason why the fish haven't made that move other than that they're just fish. We don't really know what the hell makes them tick, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not writing it off. We've seen some years where, late in September and October where guys get some shots on the local grounds, and if that water stays in the low 70s, mid 70s, I'd say there's still a shot. But if you asked me to put a wager on it, I don't think I would bet the farm. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I don't want to. God, I'm my local colleagues there, man. Those guys are just been, waiting with bated breath. And like I said, fortunately, that bluefin has been available. There was a little stretch there where, my God, if you didn't catch something at night, you didn't catch anything at all. And a lot of this fishing the last 2 weeks has been daytime fishing, fly line and sardines and daytime bites, which has opened the door for a little more, fishing that's a little more fun. Let me put it that way, especially when the weather's good. But hang on a second, these guys out here. Got another one right here in the bow. Oh yeah. There's another bite back there. Guys are doing a really good job self-regulating here. This is, one of the, we talk about long range fishing all the time, and among the many benefits of long range fishing, what you're looking at right here. So it's we have 22 anglers on board this trip. Look at that deck right now. Look. And it's really good fishing. You can get a bite. All you got to do is cast a bait out. But everyone's super chill. We've been doing this for an hour now, pulling on fish. And guys go out and fish at their leisure. They whip a jig out there, get one. They cast a bait, they get one. And take a break, go inside. It's hotter than hell, like I said. They grab a soft drink, grab a beer, hang out for a little bit, shoot the breeze, go back out, catch a couple more. We got all the time in the world to really enjoy the whole experience.
And what's the average depth there? What are we looking at? Are we on the anchor?
Yeah, we're fishing a great big sea line out there, devil. We're sitting on the anchor here in 30 fathoms. And this particular bank comes up to 15 fathom in several places. And, I would say average depth of the ridge is like 20 to 22 fathom, which is, it's actually, there's a few things along this bank in here that really saves our bacon, especially when we're competing with the big commercial fleet, which, these guys, this is where they work. So, there's a lot of times when we're side by each with the big boys, trying to get a few that run the gauntlet. But the beauty of fishing on these banks is, those guys on the big boats who are really good at it, man, they've got our complete respect. But the beauty of these banks is that the water's shallow here, so they really can't set on top of these things. So the fish that show up on these banks and run up and down the shallows in 15, 20, 30 fathom, they're relatively safe from the big rigs that are fishing for the cannery.
Absolutely, gang. You got to understand, everybody's got to make a living, but it's okay down there to share a little bit of the fish, and the fish in that shallower water is going to keep you from losing your fish to the seiners, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, they're really good at what they do, man. When they get in on an area of fish that they just man, they get to work, and they're just quantity wise, they're looking to catch 1,000 times what we catch. So, and they do their work well. So we typically, if we get in an area where we're competing with them offshore in deep water, they just hand us our lunch. But again, when we're on the banks, there's a couple of schools of fish get on these banks. It doesn't take much to make a hell of a day for us. 20, 30, 40, 50 nice fish, and we're in good shape. So it's it creates a nice balance, let's say that, or it preserves a nice balance between
Right.
everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, and these fish at this time of year, they really camp out around these banks almost always. If there's fish around, you'll get a school or two that'll peel off, if not more. That's a nice one there. 25 pounder, just let it go. A nice sized fish. We have these cutting tools. There's another nice one right there. That boy Tom, coming to gaff. Nice little 22 pound tuna. We have these nice cutting tools that it's kind of like a scythe, you know what I mean? That fish just guys, all they do is just sweep the line right next to the fish's mouth, and it just cuts the line off right by the hook. They're quite handy when we're in release mode.
How cool is that? This is so cool to be watching this. And if any of you guys have a question you want to throw up on the screen and ask Tim, we're going to have him for a little bit of time here, not all day, but we'll have him for a little bit of time. If you have any questions, and you feel free to ask him anything you want.
Got a couple small ones going through here.
Now, will you spend the night out there? We got him. We're going to get him back here in a minute.
What happened? We still there?
Yeah, there we go. There we are.
You there, Dave?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? We hear you. You got to jump off, though, and jump back on.
What happened, buddy? Are we still here?
Yeah, you're here, but you can't hear us because you took a phone call.
All right.
We hear you. We hear you. You just can't hear us. try to get out and get back in again, I guess. I don't know. Tim? Tim Ekstrom? He took a little bit off here. It's what happens when you're alive out here on the ocean. Tim. Tim. We need to jump off and jump back on again. Let's see if we can't get him to come in here. Hey. 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 My rib. You need to. Hey.
What's going on there, Brian?
Hey. 1 2 1 2.
Is this thing working? Hello.
Hello. Hey. Tim, you need to come back in and come back out again. You need to get out and get in.
Nothing came out there.
How about now? Is this working?
I got you now. More now.
I don't know if I got a mic cord that's messed up or what's going on here. What's happening, man? We're weeding through them, sorting. Obviously, there's plenty of sign around.
Yeah, I think they are sorting 20, 40 pounders. Diesel skipjack flurries and shit. I don't know, we might have 55 or something for the day. A lot of sorting though.
Yeah, I didn't even look at how many we had. A lot of call it 12 to 18 pounders.
Well, gang, we're here and we're
Anyway.
I don't know what we're doing here.
All right, buddy.
We're trying.
You see it flipping all over the place, so makes the guy feel pretty certain that you're gonna be able to get the job done here.
Yeah, I can move it over. Yeah, in the beginning there, we're just on 10, 15 pounders, letting them go,
This is the Promar Ahi booth. Now last night at the new product showcase, I looked at some of the lures, and the nicest lure that I saw on the shelf was the Ahi Ikara. So they have their new Ikara line of jigs. These things are absolutely incredible. I'm gonna show you them up close, but we're gonna talk to Dave here. Dave's gonna run us through the new lures from Promar Ahi and tell us what the features are on the lures. So now you corrected me and said these were slow pitch jigs?
Yeah, their slow pitch jigging is the new thing in the fishing industry. Everybody's doing the slow pitch thing. They're making rods for it and everything. So we came out with the Ikara line of slow pitch jigs. And the way that the fish react to them is absolutely incredible. Like you were mentioning to me, you could tell that they went to everything right. The hooks are perfectly weighted. Every part of the lure is weighted so that it flutters when it falls. And it looks just like a wounded bait fish. And it causes an unbelievable reaction bite. As we go through the line, we have them from 15 grams all the way to 150 grams.
Okay, so we're talking saltwater and freshwater.
Oh, yes, salt and fresh. I just did a seminar over at the Bass Tank, and every bass in there had the lure in his mouth at least 5 times.
First off, I just got to say the quality and the detail on these things, you can visually walk by and see that these things are built different. I mean, the tiniest details on this, it looks like a real fish. 3D depth on the eyes. I mean, these things are unbelievable. Even the way the hooks are attached, they have like heat shrink sleeves over the tie-ons. I mean, everything was thought through on these lures that I can see from.
You really have to fish with it to appreciate it. When you watch it flutter, it's incredible. And I know you couldn't see it in the product showcase how it flutters, but you can only see what you can see, but you recognized it, which was a good deal.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to try one of these in some of the invasives in South Florida. Now, if I'm fishing for bass, which ones would I go for here?
It all depends on the depth of the water.
Okay.
If you're gonna fish the shallower water, you see the smaller bait, the largemouth bass or the peacock bass or the smallmouth chasing the small bait. This is gonna replicate that small bait inside there.
Okay.
So you're going to throw this on a spinning rod with maybe some 6 pound or 8 pound because you're trying to get a reaction bite on that fish when they're on the small bait. You can't fish it with very heavy line because then it won't do the flutter as it sinks. So it's going to have to be a lighter line.
Okay.
As you move up to the weight, then you can move up on your pound test.
Now, how come they didn't put treble hooks on these?
Treble hook's not going to allow this to flutter the way we want it to flutter. We've tried different treble hooks. So the smaller treble hook will allow it to flutter, but then you won't hook it. J-hook, the way that it's weighted on here and the way that it's rigged, it's ready to go right out of the package, but you're also going to hook the fish when he eats it.
Well,
straight
Dave,
up and down.
They look beautiful. I appreciate the lesson you just gave me here, and I appreciate it all, man. I can't wait to try one of these things out in the water.
Thank you very much, Joe.
All right, gang. Well, we don't have Tim right now. We may have him back here in a little bit, but we're going to talk about what I think you need to do to catch fish in Southern California right now moving forward and where we're at as far as a fishery goes in California. And we'll kind of keep an eye on this and see if Tim comes back with us. But what I believe you need to do for the next month at least is fly line. And that means fish without a sinker. So that means what these guys are doing on the Royal Star and what you guys would do on your private boat or what you would do on the sport boats is you would fly line. You would just keep fly lining all day and all night long if you're fishing for, okay, here we go. He's back with us again. Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud.
There you go. All right. So let's talk about this a little bit. What do you think as far as going on this bluefin thing in Southern California right now? Do you think that this is going to stay forever? Do you think this is going to split? What do you think is going to happen?
Do you think, are we talking about long term, like over the next course of, say, whatever, 5-10 years?
The next 2 or 3 years?
Oh, I don't think it's going anywhere. I mean, it's like now, I think that the only question in my mind is, what's going to happen with the, I don't know. I don't think that I don't get the sense that that bluefin is going to vanish, if that's what you're asking. Like, not at all. I get the feeling that it's going to be available. It's just a matter of what kind of quantity, you know what I mean? I think there are a lot. There's certainly a lot of fish this year that's been up around, in that zone outside of Clemente, between Clemente and the Channel Islands there. We've been seeing plenty, but that said, we have not, in my opinion, we haven't seen we haven't seen hardly anything compared to some of those past, 4 or 5 years where, we were just seeing just massive quantity of it in multiple different places. What seemed like the whole season. We're seeing plenty of fish for the fleet to fish for and catch. Don't get me wrong, but we're not seeing it in the kind of quantity that we did, in those real boom years. So that's the only thing that makes me question what's going to happen, what's going to transpire over the next couple, 2-3 years. We'll see. I'm really kind of fascinated by this. This albacore cycle feels like it's getting closer. I don't know if if you sense it. But I certainly I get that feeling. You know what I mean? Like, God, man, there's such quantity of it up and down the coast now. I mean, guys, all the way from near Central California all the way up there, Oregon, Washington. I mean, there's a gigantic biomass of that fish that, God, one would just think that it's not going to take much, just one little blip, one little ocean current shift, and you know, we're going to start seeing albacore in significant quality down here again, and it's quantity here again. And it seems like, you know, and I know it's, gosh, a great big school that just showed up downwind of us. I know it's a matter of eventually time. You know, you can see this. I got to show you this on the sonar. You're gonna love this. Look at this. You guys see that?
Oh,
You guys it's gonna come all the way. It's all the way up. Can you see that good?
yes, sir.
Look, it's all the way around the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. That's just that's a hell of a wad of fish there. Look, all back behind us.
Oh my God. Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'd say we're in a good spot here.
Yeah, you might.
You guys check the jig off the bow or the starboard bow. There's a great big school up there just laying here in the sonar. It looks like there might be some of these bigger ones. Give it a whirl. We're surrounded by them. This whole school is on us, but in particular, these ones off the bow look bigger.
There you go. Get them fired up.
Well, you know it, man. It's gotta generate a little. God damn, that's a good school. Whew. Tell you what. Let's see if I can get one of my jiggers up here. Oh, they're in eating lunch right now. Oh, here we go. We got it right here. Straightforward.
There you go.
We got a taker here. We got the regulation popper. All right, here we go. On the spinner. Oh, instant. Oh, oh, it came off. Oh, let's see what happened. Did it break off? Damn it. Oh, here's another jig.
Jesus.
Man, that didn't take long, did it? Oh, look at them all flashing right there. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's on. That's so great. Oh, here's another one we got him casting from the stern. Oh, they're on it already. I can see him in the water. You guys. Oh, he's got a horde behind it. Holy smokes. A whole bunch of them on it, Mikey. Look at them all. Oh, he got it. Oh, he let it go. Oh, look at that one.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. This is so cool.
That is great on the surface jig.
Yes, this is totally cool.
That is the best. Oh man, everybody's got one on now. Another, like I said, these waves of them come through. Yeah. So anyway, going back to it, I'm not gonna go so far as to give it 100% on the prediction yet. But I'll tell you what, God damn, this thing's going nuts out here. I'd say the likelihood is getting a lot closer, man. It just kind of feels like it. Oh, it's right next to the boat. Do it again. Got a whole school just laying here. I don't know if you guys can see the fish in the water. But winding across the surface, Tom. Winding across the surface. Instantaneous.
Yes.
Oh my God, look at them all. Yeah,
Who's that?
This is biting fish here, man. These things are going crazy. You got a bunch of like a lot of whole lot. Oh, look at this right here. Whole lot of this smaller fish moved in. There was a lot bigger, better percentage of these bigger ones. Here we go. Mikey's a cast for us here, just for entertainment value. All right, here we go. I don't see them yet. Not on it yet. It looks like they moved on. Yep, just like that. They kept right on swimming. Anyway, that's my take. That's my take on the big bluefin. We shall see.
Here's what I think, that we got spawning fish here we haven't seen that for the last few years. These little 10-pounders, these 5 to 10-pound fish biting.
Right.
We haven't seen that.
Yeah, just seeing little waves of them. That's a really good sign. You know, I mean, the best sign for sure is when you see multiple size classes. You know, because you've got multiple year classes that are stacked up. So no question about it. You know, seeing those 5 to 8 pounders and the 12 to 15 pounders and the 20 to 30 pounders and the 40 to 60. You know, seeing them all and saying that's a very good sign of a healthy biomass. No question about it. So, you know, I mean, I don't see anything to indicate that it's going to blow up on us. You know, it sure seems like that's been the pattern. I wouldn't mind seeing a little filler fish, though. You know what I mean? I gotta say, you always want more. So it's been so long. I mean, it's been what 16 years now, 15, 16 years since we've seen this albacore. I have to admit, man, I'm getting a little bit of the fever here, man. I'm feeling kind of excited about the prospect.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we got it in Morro Bay this year for the first time in a long time, too.
Yeah, I heard there's a few being caught up there. Yeah. But
There's only a few boats left up there, so.
Yeah. They've had a day here, a day there, up there to the north, like in the like that got a Monterey there. Or I'm trying to remember that, like Moss Landing. I know those guys are going out there seeing them. So I actually we toyed with the idea. We got a couple 4-day trips coming up. If we had a weather window, you know, we used to do that all the time. We would shoot up there. And you think, oh, you know, all the way up off Morro. It's not that far. It's only like 220, 230 miles from San Diego. It's closer to go there than it is to you know, go down to the old stomping grounds of the 4 days and the 29 block. So I'd make kind of a nice 4-day trip, run up there, albacore fish for a day or two, and shoot down, finish off with some bluefin.
Yeah, they've been catching. Sean Tobridge has been on my show the last month or so on Saturday mornings talking about that bite he's got in Washington right now.
Oh, they're hitting up there, man. They've been good fishing.
Oh, yeah. He's averaging 20 per rod, 6 people.
Holy smokes. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I know the guys, you know, there's quite a few of our old colleagues that ran, you know, these kind of boats and smaller boats that switched over and they're fishing in that albacore fishery, and they're really having a good time up there. You know, they struggled a bit the last couple of years, so it's beautiful to see these guys really get in while the getting's good. You know, it's a peak and valley kind of thing. It's definitely in a peak. They've had good weather and good fishing, and you know, it seems like again that what's really standing out this year is just the spread of fish. You know, it's not like it's all concentrated in one small area. I mean, there's hundreds of miles where guys are catching them and seeing them like literally hundreds of miles. So, you know, there's a hell of a biomass of those things.
And there's also some yellows, and there's some marlin, and there's some bluefin. So there's a little mix of everything. And then there's really good salmon fishing. You might get lucky and get some salmon too.
Yeah, that's you know, that would be an interesting bonus. I'd imagine seeing salmon on the Royal Star website. That would really be something.
Right, you'd have to get a bunch of permits though. All right, let's buy them right now.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
See fish everywhere I look here. All right, buddy. Well, I'm gonna have to sign off. Yep. I gotta go drive the boat. I gotta pull the anchor, and we're gonna drag around and see if we can't find a wahoo around this place.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much for a great morning or afternoon, I should say, and good luck to you guys and good luck to us, and we'll see you soon.
You got it. Thanks a million.
Bye.
All right.
All right, gang. So there you go. There's Tim Ekstrom. There we go from the Royal Star checking in with us. So what I was saying earlier, that is pretty spectacular fishing down there on the ridge. And that's like spectacular fishing on the anchor, 15 to 20 fathoms of spots there. And the whole thing about that is the longer you can set, the better it gets. But there's also kind of a chance to get a wahoo. There's a chance to get bigger tuna. There's a chance to get a spot of yellowtail on the ridge. There's all kinds of stuff going on there. And there's good marlin fishing. So, there's just absolute incredible volume of fish there. And there's so much to do and so much that you just gotta be on that stuff and be ready, because it could break wide open to wahoo fishing here as he starts trolling around. We've had some phenomenal trips down the line there, and I can't even imagine what they're in store for today and tomorrow for the first 4 or 5 hours in the morning, and then that hurricane's going to catch up to them if they don't get out of there quick. I'm looking outside right now, the rain coming down. It's pretty much pouring here. And but I want you guys to know that right now, until the end of September, it's going to be pretty good fly line, yellowtail, calico bass, barracuda, bonita on all the local banks and all the local hot spots for not the local banks, the local spots as in Catalina, San Clemente Island, the Channel Islands, and all the spots on the beaches. And we've had people fishing for the last couple of days out on their private boats, catching yellowtail in the kelp at San Onofre, catching yellowtail down the line. Not big yellowtail, but still yellowtail nonetheless. And I can't even imagine. There's so much going on right now. You just got to get out there and you got to go try it. And the best thing is that the people are back in school right now. So you're going to have this all set up for yourself for the next few months. And then we go, well, not even 3 weeks and we're in lobster season, and we can be catching lobsters and yellowtail and calico bass, white sea bass and bluefin all on the same trip. But the key is fly line. I can't talk about it enough. I talk about it every day on the game plans and on the website, where you've got to fly line. And the better the calico bass fishing is, the better the yellowtail fishing will be, the better the sea bass fishing will be. But it's all about fly lining, and fly lining is till you're out of bait, till you don't have any bait left. Then you're fishing with a very, very small sinker and a strip of squid. But fly line, that is all I can say. Is if you try to do that fly line thing, you're going to be awarded with several different types of fish. And if you're fishing with the live mackerel, you're going to fly line it. You're not going to put a dropper loop on. You're not going to fire that thing down to the bottom. You're going to fly line him, maybe trim his top tail or his bottom tail so that he doesn't have a tendency to swim super fast, but he has a tendency to swim fast enough to get away from the small fish and get caught by the bigger fish. And Lisa, you were awarded with the trifecta this weekend fishing. Fly line. You guys catch bass, barracuda, bonita, and then occasionally you'll get awarded with a yellowtail or a white sea bass. But it's all about fly lining. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to leave before the miracle happens. So if you're out there and you're fishing, and I've seen so many people leave so many reports here, and it's not even, I don't even understand how you could leave biting fish to go find biting fish. And I have talked about this a million times. We leave biting fish to find biting fish. Come on, you guys. Don't ever leave biting fish to look for biting fish. Stay until the miracle happens or you run out of bait. Those are the two things that will happen when you're out there fishing at the islands or fishing on the beach. And nowadays with the California sea lion and all the other things that are getting in your way of fishing, why would you leave biting fish to go look for biting fish? Think about that for a minute. You're leaving biting fish and you're looking for biting fish. I don't even understand that. It doesn't make sense to me. Don't ever leave fish to look for fish. That is probably the hardest thing for people to understand is the yellowtail, the sea bass, the barracuda, the bonita, the calico bass. They're all living together. And if you fly line, then all of a sudden one bait will turn into a yellowtail, one bait will turn into a white sea bass. But what happens is you guys leave before the miracle happens. And I say leave before the miracle happens. I'm saying that this fishing is so hard to get a bite started that when you get to a certain zone and you find the fish are biting, you've got to stay there as long as they're biting. Now, what causes the fish to bite? Current. And I'm listening to John Stanley talk about how the current was flowing perfect at the spot that he loves to fish at La Jolla yesterday. And he could see the bottom. And he could see that the fish were coming up, millions of fish, nobody at that spot. And he was just one after the other, after the other, after the other. And he finds out a little bit later that 20 boats are fishing for him because 20 other guys out there don't have a plan. So they're all fishing for John because they know that he has a game plan. Why? Because he belongs to Your Saltwater Guide, the greatest fishing website ever made for fishermen by a fisherman. And because of the fact that he belongs to Your Saltwater Guide, he's able to catch fish day in and day out, winter, spring, summer, or fall. And it matters. And it matters tremendously if you know a few spots, if you know a few things. Here, I'll check this out.
All right, gang, your saltwater guide here with an unbelievable opportunity for you, the angler, the private boater, the person that is tired of catching nothing, or the person that's been catching fish for a very long time but just wants to hone his skills a little bit more. Your saltwater guide has over 500 tutorials on how to catch fish and how to catch lobsters in Southern California. Then on top of that, we have 3,300 of the hottest spots on the planet in Southern California. And then we have a game plan that comes out every Thursday that's going to put you exactly where you need to be to catch more lobsters, to catch more rockfish, to catch more sea bass, to catch more yellowtail, to catch more bluefin tuna. Whatever you're looking for to catch, we have a game plan for you that comes out every Thursday at 3:30 in the afternoon. And then here it is, the big opportunity, $9.99 a month, and you get a 7-day free trial for all that, $9.99 a month. Give me a call at 949-374-0786 or sign up now at the website at yoursaltwaterguide.com.
There you go, gang. It doesn't get any better than that. So another thing is lobster season's coming, and we need to talk about this a little bit more. As we come up into the season, gang, you want to make sure that you have plenty of lobster tubes and plenty of lobster bait. And what are we going to use for lobster bait? Well, we're hoping that you're going to use anchovies or sardines for bait. But if you have to use mackerel or bonita, well, no, don't even talk about bonita. If you have to use mackerel for bait, don't use bonita. That's against the law. Don't use any of the fish that are not a measurable fish. They're against the law to use. They want to catch you doing bad things. And something that the Fish and Wildlife wants me to make sure you understand, They are out in droves this year. They are going to be out in droves. They're going to be no way you can get away with catching a short lobster. No way you can get away with catching too many lobsters. It's just not even worth it to even try, gang, because they're going to be out there more than they've ever been before. Why? Well, because like I said before, the reason why is because I believe it's because Donald J. Trump took away all of the NGOs, all the money that is generated by people studying the lobsters or studying the fish. All that money's been taken away now. So now they have to, what lack of a better word, they got to enforce the law, for lack of a better word. They have to enforce what's going on out there, and they have to make sure that you understand that they are going to write the tickets. They wanted to make sure that I understood that, to tell you guys, because they're talking to me on a daily basis. They want to make sure that we understand that they're going to be out in droves. So therefore, all the people that are part of Your Saltwater Guide, we all know that they're going to be out there in droves. So we know they're going to be out there. We know they're going to catch us. If we decide to do anything shady, they're going to catch us doing it. So you want to make sure you use fresh bait. You want to make sure you use a bait tube instead of the cages, because the bait tube allows your bait to be allows the bait to be able to be processed without having it. Well, let's see. What lack of a better word would be, allow the fish or allow the lobsters to get the bait without getting the bait. So what do I mean by that? I mean, they can smell the bait. They can process the bait through their antennas, and cruising around in the water, they can detect where the bait's coming from, but they can't actually get to the bait. So that is why the bait tube is so critical, because when you're using a bait cage, not only does the lobsters get to the bait and eat the bait, but the little fish get to the bait and eat the bait. So when you're using a bait tube, nobody's getting to the bait except for the sand fleas, which we saw last year on Justin's boat. Tremendous amounts of sand fleas in some of the early spots. But yeah, not bad, huh, Jeff? But you don't have to worry about that, because you have two sets of tubes too. You have the set of tubes that you put in the hoop nets, and then you have the set of tubes that you're going to put into the hoop nets after the second or third pull, because you're rotating. Hey, he's doing good right now. He's doing really good. You know, we've been supplementing his food, mangoes, green beans, bananas, papaya. And so he doesn't need anything right now, but we'll let you know. But as far as the lobster thing goes, you guys want to make sure you have at least two sets of tubes. You want to have 20 tubes. You want to have 10 that you use and 10 that you switch them out. And then when you switch them out, then you're going to take the 10 and you're going to take the 10, switch them out with the other 10. So then you have 10 on the boat, and then you get to put bait in them, and then reuse those 10 again in two pulls. Usually, though, by the time we're done with the second set of tubes, we're already done. We don't have to put in a third set of tubes. But if you have to, then you're going to have, hey, Marley, if you have to, then you're going to have those extra tubes. But at least have 20 tubes. At least have 20 tubes so that you're switching out whenever you run out of bait. whenever you're searching your bait and you're seeing that you don't have enough, switch them out, because it matters more than anything. The fresher the bait, the better. And as soon as the bait starts to run out, the smell starts to run out, the things start to run out. You want a fresh bait in that tube as quick as possible. So you just switch out the bait. You switch out the bait tube, and then when you're waiting for the next set when you're waiting half an hour, 45 minutes for the next set, you switch out the bait so that you have a fresh set of tubes ready. Does that make sense to you guys? I'm sorry, it's kind of confusing because I'm reading all the comments as we're doing this, and it doesn't it doesn't matter how often you change it out. If you have enough bait to change it out, you change it out every single time. You change it out as often as you possibly can, because you want to catch as many lobsters as you can as quick as you possibly can. So therefore you change it out sometimes 2 or 3 or 4 times a night. Justin's changing his bait all the time, and he's constantly putting fresh bait in because it makes all the difference in the world. And that's why he's so successful, is because he's constantly switching out his bait. He's constantly fishing some really good areas, but he makes sure that he's got fresh bait in there. If we go a little bit further and you guys want a couple of more questions answered, go ahead and ask them. If I missed your questions for Tim, I'm sorry, but we had problems with the feed there. So if I missed your questions for Tim, I apologize. And if you guys have any other questions you want to ask, feel free to ask me. And then if not, well, what we're going to do is we're going to get this little potato head monkey taken care of, because he's going to be scared to death today. It's going to rain like crazy, and it's going to blow like crazy tonight. And we need to give him some extra care. And you're going to be just fine, buddy. You're going to be fine. But we're worried about him, and we're worried about the kitties, and we're worried about the mama, and we're worried about Kelly. We got a lot of stuff going on down here in Cabo San Lucas right now. So if you guys don't have any other things to worry about, let me know. I'll be more than happy to worry about whatever you want, because I am trying my damnedest to make sure that my family's going to be taken care of, because this rain is incredible right now, and it's going to be absolutely incredible all night tonight. So I just want to tell you, have a great day. Turn off the news. They're all lying. Check back in with me tomorrow. We'll have a great day. Stay safe, and